Mass Effect Andromeda is the fourth entry in BioWare's Mass Effect series, and the first not to follow Commander Shepard in their quest to save the civilizations of the Milky Way galaxy from being harvested by the Reapers. Andromeda instead follows the efforts of the Andromeda Initiative, an organization consisting of several large space arcs which make the over 600-year journey to colonize the Andromeda galaxy, and is made up of 4 of the main species we've seen in past Mass Effect games. Plagued by gameplay issues at launch and critiqued heavily by its comparison to the Commander Shepard Trilogy, Andromeda has a contentious hit reputation at best. However, as I played through the game, one thing that struck me was the importance exploration played throughout the themes of the game. Themes I'd like to explore now that the credits have rolled. Hey guys, Sean here from neverfreetoplay. I was recently looking for a game to scratch a sci-fi storytelling itch, and not yet wanting to replay Mass Effects 1 through 3, I played Mass Effect Andromeda for the first time. While you can find my overall thoughts on the game in our lo-fi review, a theme I wanted to explore in this, the inaugural episode of Credits Rolled, was that of exploration and mankind's nature to ever expand into the unknown. As a child, many of us had looked up at the night sky and dreamt of what it would be like to visit another planet, to meet another sentient species. Mass Effects 1 through 3 showed us this dream, but in a case where the galaxy was already colonized, humans had a mostly solid footing, and the advanced technology of the Mass Effect relays meant the huge galaxy was shrunk much in the same way that the convenient air travel makes Earth seem tiny. This creates a scenario where between the events of Mass Effects 1 and 2 and the Andromeda Initiative launches several large colony ships with the goal of exploring and building a new home for the species of the Milky Way in the Andromeda galaxy. The goals of the Andromeda Initiative create the framing device for the rest of Mass Effect Andromeda, and from the beginning, exploration is what Ryder, Mass Effect Andromeda's protagonist, is here to do. Ryder even starts the game as a member of a Pathfinder team, sent ahead to planets to ensure their safety before colonization. While often overshadowed by the game's main questline to stop the violent and quasi-religious Ket, the underlying importance of this theme of exploration is further evident in nearly every character in the game. Nearly every major and minor Milky Way character can be asked why they joined the Andromeda Initiative, and it becomes a key point in the backstories of most party members. The Asari PB joined because she felt that everything had been figured out in the Milky Way, and she wanted to study and discover something no one else had. The Turian Vetra came with her sister Sid for the shot at a new beginning, where they wouldn't be weighed down by their unconventional past. The Krogans of Clan Nakmor come in hopes of escaping the prejudice they had experienced. Even interactions with the Angarans, the native sentient species we meet in the game, are colored by their perception of whether or not the arrival of the player and their allies is a good thing. In the book The High Frontier by Dr. Gerard O'Neill, a book about the need for mankind to develop space colonies and how to go about doing it, Dr. O'Neill talks about how exploration and expansion have always been a necessary aspect of human life. That the ability for individuals to move to unexplored lands acts as a relief valve from which the most restless of society, who would otherwise find themselves in trouble, can push out into the unknown and open them up for those who are less adventurous. It's arguable that this drive to explore is a necessary human feature, as growth is undoubtedly linked to the need for more land. This also has historically always created conflict, usually with the indigenous people who already inhabit these supposed unknown lands, and later when the structures of society catch up. What's more interesting though is how Mass Effect Andromeda avoids many of the worst sides of historical human exploration and expansion. The Andromeda Initiative is not colonizing to send resources back to the Milky Way as Europe did with the Americas. It is, after all, a little hard to do that when the trip takes over 600 years. Likewise, the colonists of the Andromeda Initiative are not here to enrich themselves, as once again, established markets are 600 years away, and any plans is likewise 600 years old, and based on a Geff telescope. The initiative was done because those who joined it desired to explore the unknown, to start over, to escape a bias, or to fulfill a call to adventure. All much more noble paths. They also joined to ensure that their races would have the best chance of surviving. Should every 50,000 year cycle occur and wipe out all advanced life. We see this in how the player and their allies interact with the Angaran with a sincere desire for peace and cooperation, as opposed to our own history when interacting with the indigenous people of lands colonized by a more technologically advanced culture. That is what I ultimately most enjoy about Mass Effect Andromeda. The Shepard Trilogy was about defeating the Reapers, a certainly necessary but inherently violent goal. Andromeda, while filled with its own share of violence as we attempt to thwart the Ket, is ultimately underpinned by this uniquely noble vein of exploration and an effort to come in peace and cooperation for the benefit of all. It harkens back to some of the earlier sci-fi days, where the draw wasn't impressive space battles, but the appeal of seeing the unknown. As such, Mass Effect Andromeda left me with a new understanding of our species, and I hope that perhaps one day we can find our own home amongst the stars and be enlightened enough to achieve it with all the noble intent of the Andromeda Initiative. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this. It's my goal to get one of these credits rolled up for each game I beat this year, where I'll discuss a topic that the game made me think about. If you like this video, please let us know in the comments. Mass Effect Andromeda is certainly an interesting game given all the things it does right while not doing some things well, and I'd enjoy hearing what you think of it. I also cannot recommend enough The High Frontier as a book for those interested in moving the human species into space. As always, we appreciate if you hit those like and subscribe buttons, and feel free to check out our other videos. We have several more where we talk about Mass Effect. Take care, I'm going to go try to get back to it, but as always, I am never free to play.